So welcome to this talk, which is all about freeing yourself from depression. Now, I'm 39 years old now, but 20 years ago, or more, between the ages of 15 and 19, I suffered from intense depression. In fact, suicidal depression. I had tried ending my life on 3 separate occasions, and each time, fortunately, I didn't succeed. And I remember being a young man and just wanting freedom from this sense of constriction and imprisonment that I felt. I didn't feel free, and I wanted to feel free. I wanted to feel free from this sense of restriction, this sense of imprisonment, which now I can say was created by my thoughts. I was telling myself all the things that I should be doing. I was telling myself who I should be, what kind of a person I had to be. I was telling myself how I had to behave, what was acceptable and what was not acceptable. I had given myself a long list of rules about how to be and who I should be. And pretty much all of them I was failing. I was unsuccessful at being the person who I thought I should be. And to be honest, I hated myself. I didn't want to live anymore because I was just sick of being with myself, sick of being the person who I thought I was. I would judge myself. I was full of guilt about doing the things that I was doing. And that last time where I attempted to take my life, I remember sitting down a dark country lane, and I drank a bottle of wine. I had a box full of sleeping pills, and I had a hose pipe connected to the exhaust of my car coming in through the window. So I drank the wine and took the sleeping pills. And I sat in my car with the exhaust fumes pouring into the window, just hoping for an end to the stress, the end to a sense of imprisonment that I felt. I just wanted to be free. All the suffering I was experiencing, I felt so trapped and so unhappy with myself. And so I fell asleep. I drifted off into sleep. And the next thing I remember, I woke up. Maybe an hour or two later, I don't remember. And the first thought I had when I woke up was, thank God I'm alive. I was so glad that I'd survived. And in that moment that I woke up, I realized how lucky I was to be alive. And I think in that very same moment, or maybe a moment or two later, I realized that life was a gift given to me with which I could do whatever I choose. I realized that if I was willing to throw it away, then alternatively I could just choose to do absolutely anything I wanted with my life and not feel guilty about it. And this was the key thing, deciding that I wasn't going to feel guilty. Because, obviously, ending your life is going to create a lot of pain for the people who love you. And so, wouldn't it be better just to use my life as an experiment? Just to do whatever I felt like doing, whatever I wanted to do, without feeling guilty. And surely, undoubtedly, that would create much less pain for the people around me than it would if I ended my life. And I never had any desire to hurt the people around me. I've always been aware and caring about the people around me. That was part of my problem. I wanted to make everyone around me happy. I wanted to please everybody around me. And that was part of the reason I suffered so much. Because I couldn't be myself and at the same time be the person who I thought I needed to be for the people around me. So I decided in that moment, I'm going to be free. I'm going to set myself free from guilt. I'm going to do whatever I want with my life. I'm going to do what my heart really desires and not feel bad about it. And as soon as I made that decision not to feel bad, I felt free. I felt a huge weight lifted off my chest. And I realized I don't have any obligation. I have no obligation at all other than to do what makes me happy. And that was great. That was great to tell myself that I could do what made me happy. Give myself permission to live my life in a way that made me happy, whatever it was. I didn't know. That released me from the prison of having to be a certain way, of having to do certain things, of having to be a certain kind of person, having to fulfill the expectations of other people. I put all those things to the side, I put them behind me, and I decided that I would set myself free to live life as I wanted it to. So from that point onwards, the depression eased and faded away. I realized that there is no expectation from myself, there is no obligation. I can do what I feel and not feel guilty about it. So just knowing that there were no rules, I was not imposing any more rules on myself about what I should do, how I should be. If I wanted to just lay around and be lazy, then I wouldn't feel guilty about it. If I wanted to go off and be by myself and not speak to anyone, then I wouldn't feel bad about it. I was always a compassionate and caring person, so I would always let other people know that I was okay, because people worry. But from that moment onwards, I walked my path free of guilt. There was no guilt. There was no pressure coming from my own thoughts about what I had to be doing or how I was supposed to be. And so I felt so much lighter, so much freer, and so much happier. Because really, my life was then a blank page on which I could write whatever I wanted to. And this is what really set my heart free. This is what really took me into a new direction, where I found things that I was passionate about. I followed my interests without feeling guilty about it. And these interests took me in a direction where my heart was really in charge. My heart was really fulfilled and engaged with my life process. Free of guilt, free of obligation. And this is the most important message, I think, that I want to share with you about freeing yourself from depression and unhappiness. You have to set yourself free.